One TV special report.
Of course, ang atong programa sa edukasyon, ato gapong ipadayon. Mr. William Valles ang atong planning head who coordinates the One Family, One Professional program, and in coordination with our DepEd people, let us intensify further our education program o sa infrastructure ato ipadayon nga di lang segundo distrito nga puro konkreto ang mga kadalanan, but it should be in the whole province now, of course, with the help of Congressman Jason Almonte, our congressman in the 1st District. In the last Provincial Peace and Order Council meeting, there was an excellent report by our law enforcers, by the PNP. Crime rates of MISOC had really gone down, sometimes or most of the times 0-0. Walay insidente. Tremendously reduced. Na challenge lang ta nining maong nahitabo. Katong giingon sa animal nga nangintriga sa pulis. While it is true, and I'd like to put it into record, that our good provincial director, Colonel Dwight Monato, is a personal choice of current PNP Chief General Acorda. The process as provided under the law for the provincial governor to choose from among the 3 nominees has not yet been exercised or observed by the PNP. But despite of that fact, for the almost 2 months of Colonel Donato, he is doing good and he earned the trust and confidence of the provincial government and our Peace and Order Council and this governor. Can we give a big hand to Colonel Donato? And I understand nga dili siya madala og unsa man nga baseless intriga sa atong mga enemies of the state. And Misamis Occidental, and for the whole Region 10, for that matter, we are also fortunate that upon the retirement of our previous RD, who had served us for more than a year, who had also performed exemplary on the basis of his leadership that affects the good peace and order of Misamis Occidental. No, I'm referring to the former Director General Co-op. His successor, despite of this number of days only, because he had assumed last October 9, has also displayed a very good leadership, a snappy leadership, and for the past 9, and today is October 23. So 23 minus 9 is 14 days. No? So nakaanhi siya diri dayon atong turnover sa police station sa Pangdalaga and oversee the maintenance, the preservation of our peace and order situation. He has also earned that respect and trust and confidence of our leadership. Can we give a big hand to General Ricky Layo? Ang atong mga kapulisan, in fairness, the whole PPO, including the support units, they are doing their best. Kita nako ang ilang sinseridad, ang ilang dedication, except nga naagihapoy apparently unscrupulous police officer. You look at this post. Ipakita itong marka sa post. This is the post of police officer Rimar Sinados. He is with Rimar Sinados is a police officer assigned in the ABSI group. Airport. Nasa airport sa Osamis. With Idnil Bunsua. Who is this Idnil Bunsua? He is in the regional intelligence unit. This is not under sa Protena. This is a separate unit under IG. And he is the current assigned security officer of former board member Elsa Navarro. Charles Cuarto, usa ka pulis nga naa sa atong PPO. Unsa gipost? Aw kung kani gihapon ang nabutang sa number inverted exclamation, is it plus or cross din ana? And then the comment, manho na, ha ha ha, wala palabot ang wala dire. Manho na, so human na. This is a public post. No? So, unsa man nga klase sa mind-setting na? That's why we have to be very careful. No? Okay. So, of course, I'd like to commend also the performance of our armed forces of the Philippines, particularly the Philippine Army, from the division, 1st Infantry Division, to the brigade, and down to our 10th Infantry Division of the Philippine Army. Through their efforts, one of our desire that Misamis Occidental will become an insurgency-free. Hopefully, in due time, before the end of the year, we can achieve that status. Can we give a big hand to the Philippine Army, headed by Colonel Moni? In closing, to the Peace and Order Council members, we have a lot of things to address. Immediate situation. That's why today we will listen and hear the updates from our leaders in the Philippine National Police, from the Philippine Army, and also a brief update from the Commission on Election in preparation to the coming October 30 election, which I believe, on the basis of the initial update extended to me, Ms. Oc is, we believe, no, because of the current leadership of our COMELEC, of our law enforcers, and of our local chief executives, where we are supporting strongly the current COMELEC resolution of making this election a very clean and honest election in reality, not only in words. That's why we are supporting, that this time mag-materialize na sa Ms. Oc the advocacy of no vote buying and vote stealing. Again, to our officials and employees of the province, we still have a lot of things to do. And to the PPOC, which we will be discussing now. Kaning atong pagpaningkamot, ang atong dedication, atong isubmit tanan ngadto sa kahitasan. Complete surrender. Sa atong sinseridad, pagpangalagad, atong buhaton kutob as humanly as possible. And then, everything will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you very much for all your support.
Ang cellphone nga mi tawag o cellphone nga mi receive, di ba na pwede na to malantaw sa area sa Clarin nga cell site? Kay gamay ramang kayo ang tao ni panahon na, more or less na ara sa mga 200 ka mga cellphone ang miring anang orasa or anak nga sikan.
We request Colonel Monato to respond on the query of the provincial prosecutor.
Yes, sir. Yes, Fiscal, no, we can consider that sa amuang investigation, we can enlist the assistance of our RACU units so that through them we can connect with the telcos para mahibalaan nato ang kung kang isang cellphone ang nagring during the incident. So it's really possible, and thank you for the suggestion. We can consider that sa among technical investigation.
Okay. The Honorable Jojo Chong of Jimenez.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Sa discussion man ko na to ganina, sir, regarding sa security sa atong governor. Yeah. If we all note, this is the fourth time sa attempt sa life sa atong governor. Fourth, I was informed fourth, pero ang akong nahibalaan third, but it's the fourth time. So, inani, sir, kini bang normal nga, ordinaryo rin nga akong una-una, sir, pero normal ni nga panguna-una sa tao, na kung dili nila makuha ang punuan, ilang pasakitan ang punuan, by cutting some branches, and we are the branches. So, unsa may sugyot ni mong protocol, sir, para sa amoa ng mga branches sa atong gobernador who is who are fully supporting the administration.
Yes, Colonel Monato.
Yes, sir. So far, the Police Provincial Office is continuously conducting threat assessment to all elected government officials within the province. No? So, based on our records, one of the government officials nga tag-as ang threat is really the governor. But I cannot discuss here the nature of the threat because that is highly confidential. We can only relate to him the nature of the threat. So we've been communicating with the security officer of the governor so that we can beef up the security, no, sa iyang areas of engagement and sa iyang residences. So very risky ang positions ni governor, but the only way to mitigate the risk is maximum security coverage. No, we want him to do his normal routine. We don't want him na ma-prevent ang iyang daily lives because of these threats. That's why we are doing our responsibility to really strengthen our intelligence gathering so that we can inform him of any form of threats. It's just that this is a very unfortunate event nga di nato na monitor. So we've seen some shortcomings, especially on the aspect of intelligence monitoring. We have so one intervention gihatag sa MUA by our regional director is really to capacitate the intelligence capability of the provincial office by designating highly qualified intelligence officers diri sa atong probinsya. So as I've said, based on our records, sa mga mayors, I have not seen a high risk threat assessment as of now. Only the governor. Thank you.
Congressman Jason.
Good morning, everybody. First question, for the investigators, how are they treating this? Is this a part of the incident which happened December 21, 2022, and this 2021, and this incident is is this a continuing crime? You treat this a part of the incident in 2021? That's my first question. Second, with the presentation shown by the governor, there are insinuations or hate level being raised on Facebook and everything. How do the investigators would treat that? Because hate triggers crime. So if somebody would insinuate something or triggers hate, and it would be resulted into a crime, so how are the investigators trying to treat that?
Okay, Director, could you please respond?
Yes, sir. For the first question, Kong, no, we are considering it. We're considering all angles sa investigations. We have also looking at the circumstances of the incident in Tangub so that we can really determine if this is a continuing attempts on the life of the governor. So, naana sa radar namo, naana sa radar sa investigators nato ang incidents. I think that was the third attempt, as the governor said, that was the third attempt on his life. So, that is part of the continuing investigation. No? Nasa sa radar sa investigators nato ang Tangub incident. Then, as to the second questions about the social media post, no? So we have directed our concerned office, PPO, to really review ang mga social media postings, no? So that kung naay musulti dito, naay mag-post that is really incriminating or it has information that is germane to the case, ang plano namo is to invite them in the investigation office so that we can take statements from them. No? Kay eventually, if we will file a case, we really have to transform these informations into a black and white forms. No? So although we will not be swayed by the social media propagandas, we have to be objective sa amuang investigation, but since very prevailing katong mga insinuations and derogatory remarks sa social media, one option is to invite those people that could potentially give us the information, and at the same time we can also post some counter actions, especially kung unsay mga applicable laws that could be applied to those netizens who are posting unnecessary remarks that is connected to the investigation.
So, Colonel, meaning they would be part of the persons of interest on your investigation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. From the media, are there any? Mayor Animas, no?
Mr. Chair, good morning. I want to address my question to PD Munato. PD, you said a while ago na as of the information, the governor or his family ang may assessment threat na high. So, how about the other mayors and board members? What's the status? What is the situation?
To tell you honestly, Mayor, you have a very low threat ang mga mayors diri. Very low kayo ang ilang threat level. So, but you can always ask your chief of police, respective chief of police, to continuously make a threat assessment. Make a continuous threat assessment so that from time to time, kung naay mo gawas during the threat assessment, you can always adjust the security package for you as the mayor.
Thank you, PD. As for me, hindi ako makapaniwala na low threat sa akin. In fact, that Darwin Aguirre, kung tinitira niya si Gob, that Aguirre, palagi din niya akong tinitirahan. No? Then, aside of Aguirre, may political opponents sa Pangdalaga. That's why I'm reacting the last time nag-POC tayo na yung mga hotspot na barangay, why ang sa Pangdalaga, 0 yung incident for 2 past election, na the 2019, yung isang tao doon, inambush. Then, 2022 election, yung naambush sa 2019, sa 2022 election, pinasok talaga siya sa bahay nila, recovering 90 empty shells of M16. So nagtaka ako na bakit, that's why I called you, no? Then the second one, yung isang ni-raid ng ARSOG, 2 tao ko na-raid during that election, upcoming election on that 2022, 2 tao ko ni-raid ng PNP ARSOG. Yung isa, yung dalawa nakapiyansa. After a week na nakapiyansa siya, namatay by a M16 long firearm ang ginamit. So that's why, one, nagtaka ako bakit ang sa Pangdalaga walang report na hotspot na barangay. Second, sa akin lang, as well as the fellow politicians, na sa tingin ko, speaking to myself, consider ko na sa akin, high threat ako. Thank you.
Yes, Mayor. As to sa first question nimo, I think it was not accepted as election areas of concern ang barangay because di siya pasok sa balaod prescribed by the COMELEC. So di na siya guidelines from the PNP. It is a guidelines from the COMELEC. So as much as we want to put it in the election areas of concern, we are prevented from doing so because of the guidelines from the COMELEC. Okay, I think some of the incidents you have mentioned happened in a few back elections. Pero sa COMELEC, first katang 2 preceding elections. And aside from that, kinahanglan gyud nga he is a candidate, he should be a supporter of the candidate. Basig wa ma-emphasize sa report nga he is a strong supporter of the candidate. So maybe because of those technicalities, di siya masulod sa parameters.
PD. Yung dalawang incident, napasok yun for last two past election. Then two men na ni-raid, that was identified yun as my follower, whatsoever kung ano. Sa akin lang, within our town, politika talaga yun. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor Animas. Anybody? Yes, Pastor Bindoy.
Good morning sa tanan, to our good governor. Mr. Chair, dili ni siya question, but Vero Kita City Council of Churches expressing our condemnation to the attempted attack on your life, and we are praying for an immediate investigation result and pray that the perpetrators will be put to justice. And also just to encourage our good governor and the rest of all of us that God has set two authorities on earth. And the first authority is state authority. Now, ako na lang binisahiyon. Gidiligar gyud sa Dios ang otoridad sa government sa atong governor. And to encourage you, governor, whatever be the attacks of the enemy in your life, actually, ang ilang gi-attack is God who is delegating you the authority. So, any attempts will not prosper. Muna nga, pila ka attempts na to attack your life, wa ginami prosper, because it is God who has set you here to do His purpose for His people. So, wala, di na mo prosper go, bito tinuod, isang tuod o kita, buhato na to kutos mahimo ang pagbantay. Pero at the end of the day, ang Diyos mo'y magpanalipod na to. And again, nagsuporta mismo praying for you with the support of our Mayor, Lemel Acosta. And in fact, last Saturday, there was a plan for a prayer rally, but it was held but bisan og na-hold to, still, we will let you know that we are on your side. That's and morning.
Daghang salamat, Pastor. If there are no questions, shall we proceed to... Yes, can you please identify yourself?
Junior Cabanday from Iligan, DXIC. Registration po. To PD, sir. Mangutana lang ko, unsay capability sa PNP to handle the investigation on the bombing incident? Narabay task force inyong gimugna aron mapaspasan ang investigation? Thank you.
Yes, based on our regulations, the case does not call for the creation of special investigation task groups. Kaya naman may regulations, it's a memorandum circular issued by the national headquarters on what cases would trigger the creation of the special investigation task group. But nevertheless, sa level sa Police Provincial Office, we have created tracker teams. We have groups of investigators focusing on the investigation, no? So that we can really, with the help, of course, of our technical people from the explosives ordnance units and forensics units. As of now, we are relying on the technical aspect of the investigation, and really the focus is there. We are treating it very seriously. We are meeting almost daily just to determine the updates of the investigation. So the level of investigation now is at the hands of the Clarin police stations with the support of the investigation office of the Misamis Occidental Police Provincial Office.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr. Paul Acobiba. Yes, the one holding the microphone. Please
Hi,
identify. Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Bobby Lagsa. I'm with the Philippine Daily Inquirer. First question, sir, is, klaro lang ako, this is the third or fourth attempt on your life. Okay. Ganina, marag third, pero sa mga ibang report is fourth attempt. So, yes, sir, is this the third or the fourth attempt?
Fourth attempt.
Fourth attempt, okay, klaro. So, ganina, earlier in your speech, you mentioned Philip Tan as you suspect, no?
I did not see a suspect. I only posted his post
Okay.
prior to the incident and after the incident, and for the Peace and Order Council and the people to analyze and understand kung unsay buot pasabot sa iyang post.
And last week also, Report and Rappler nag-mention nga you also suspect narco-politics possible behind motives.
I did not mention narco-politics, but in my previous statements in relation, I mentioned that a possibility of those remnants of the drug personalities and even the organized crime group who were those which was dismantled by former President Digong Duterte's political will, which is being supported by this leadership in the 2nd District at that time when I was congressman and now as governor.
Kadaghan ng mga natam sa mga kinabuhi, sir, unsa magi sa imong feeling nimo nga gina-target ka man gyud? What's in you nga sa una pang panahon hangtod karon gina-target ka man? Can you give us like a walkthrough nga anong feeling nimo nga gina-target ka?
Well, sa ako ang statement kaganiha, I mentioned the enemies of our reforms nga nasagasaan sa atong reforma, no, sa ato ang maayong development trust palambo sa probinsya. And with that sniping incident, that was the time I was running for governor. These reforms that we are introducing now, this development programs were the one which I promised to the people that we should do once get elected as governor together with my team Asinso. So, so far, muna ang akong kanang panlantaw kay when it comes to personal enemies, mura man og wala ko'y ma-mention nga akong personal enemy. No. Wa ko'y makita nga personally nabikil nako on personal matters.
Lastly sa PNP. Sir, kanina si Philippine Army nag-ano siya duha ka bomb making is a very murag accurate kina siya nga skills, no? Duha ka book mention kanina, duha ka pangalan nga taga Guerrilla Front Sendong. Pero sa region-wide, Mindanao-wide, there's only very few who are capable of making bombs, no? Unsay mga inventory sa police, sir, nga na naman sa duha ka ngalan gi-mention. Sa PNP, sir, sa inyong side, sa Region 10, unsay may mga inventory sa mga bomb-making skills kana mga, like say, Marawi, like NPA, no? Gwapo mo ito nga lead, no? Nanay mga very specific skills mo ganing bomb-making. Sa PNP, sir, ano sa may inyong sa inyong end?
One TV special report.